Hello there, I'm Roger. I'm a chef with UKHarvest food rescue charity, and today we're going to be making a wonderful mackerel, pan-fried mackerel dish with two salads alongside. We're going to be doing a apple and beetroot salad, and we're going to be doing a fennel and gherkin salad. Okay, so to go with our lovely seared mackerel, we're going to do a beetroot and apple salad. So obviously you need your beetroot, we've got a lovely couple of apples, we've got a drop of olive oil, we've got some balsamic, salt, pepper, and a touch of honey to make the dressing. We're going to prepare our beetroot. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just take the tops off, just very quickly cut through and nib that bit off. And then we're just going to put these into a pot of cold water, bring to the boil, and we're going to simmer that for about 25-30 minutes until they're tender. Obviously you can buy shop-bought beetroot that's all been beautifully cooked and mildly pickled if you prefer. It just kind of makes it easier, but it's nice to do this from scratch. Okay, so whilst our beetroot's cooking, we're going to crack on with our second salad, and it's very simply shredded fennel, gherkin, and we're going to make a nice little dressing using our dill, lemon, salt, pepper, bit of vinegar and olive oil. Okay, so we're going to take our fennel, lovely aniseedy ingredient. We're just going to trim off any of the sort of dark bits, mainly because they're sort of more unsightly than anything. Those little bits off, and then we can use these outer bits actually in our salad. Good, the ends look fine. So we're just going to very quickly kind of thinly shred it up. So always remember, fingers behind your knife, and just go slowly but carefully. Get to this point, you can cut it in half for better control, and we just keep shredding our way through. So fennel's ready, gherkin's next. Again, fingers behind the knife and just lovely thin little slices. If you don't like gherkins, feel free to sort of buy yourself a cucumber and do exactly the same thing. Lovely, one more. Now we're just going to slide all that straight into our bowl. Great stuff. Okay, so there's the base of my ingredients are already in the bowl. I'm going to finally chop up some dill now. Very quickly, because we're moving quickly onto the dressing aspect of it now. That's as far as you need to go, straight into the bowl. Then we're going to take our lemon. You're not going to need an awful lot, just make sure there's no pits that are going to pop out all over the place. So good squeeze of lemon. Lovely. I'm very simply going to put a drop of white wine vinegar. Drop of oil. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and that's all there really is to it. A nice little light mix up, and that'll be lovely, citrusy and crunchy with a little bit of pecans from those gherkins. How summery is that? Right then, back to the beetroot. So they've been in the pot, they've been simmering for a good 30 minutes or so. So I'm just going to take one out and quickly check them over. So what you need to do is just pinch the skin. And if it rubs apart really easily like that, you know it's cooked. So great. So I'm going to get these now, and I'm just going to take them over to the sink and drain them off. And then I'm going to pop them back in my pot and just run some cold water over them for about 10 minutes, just to sort of properly cool them down. And then I shall be dicing them up. Right, so I'm moving on to the beetroot, and first of all I'll put some nice snappy little gloves on just to protect my hands from being all red and all inked up. So I'm taking my beetroot, as I said, they're beautifully cooked now, so I'm just going to sort of trim that rooty bit off the end, and as I said, you should be able to just lightly rub them. As you can see, that skin's just falling away beautifully, and you know, I can feel that it's cooked. They just feel beautifully tender. That's one. Trim the end off again. Great, so that's all the beetroots peeled. I just need to very quickly dice them up now. So go through 2 or 3 times and then just once or twice vertically. Just going to dice all of these up, about 1 centimetre dice. Okay, so my last few cuts, just on the last couple of slices. Great. And then just with the side of the knife, put it all in the bowl. Great. And off with the gloves. All done. Okay, so I'm going to crack on now with the apples. These are lovely little eating apples, pink ladies I think. So we're just going to use, I love using these kind of pull through kind of peelers. So quickly just go around the tops and around the sides, easy peasy. Yeah, these are really nice, sweet and crunchy, these apples, so they'll work really well with the beetroot. So that's pretty well trimmed. So I'm just going to show you very quickly what I do with this. So I just take the sides out, leaving the core in the middle. And again, we're going to dice this a very similar size, as close as we can to the size that we diced our beetroot. So look at that, easy peasy. Keeping the fingers nicely behind the knife. Great. So I should do all 3 of these apples like this. Last bit. Okay, so that's my apple nicely diced. Just going to use the knife to sort of just help deliver that into the bowl. Great. And now for the dressing. So I'm just going to put a splash of balsamic in. About 2/3 as much oil to vinegar, a little smidge of honey, just for a little bit of extra flavour, slight sweetener, a little bit of pepper, and believe it or not, a little bit of salt. Not too much, just a little grind, and then just give that a good stir through. And that's going to be lovely, sweet, crunchy, and it's going to really work nicely with that mackerel, which is next. Right, so salads are prepared, so we're going on to the fish. So I've got my beautiful mackerel fillets here. I'm just going to give them a very light oiling on both sides. Look at that beautiful iridescence. They have been beautifully trimmed up for us. I would have liked to have shown you preparing them whole, but on this occasion we're going to work with ones that have already been prepped for us. So as I said, just a light oiling. Just going to give them a little whiz over with a bit of seasoning. I'm not going to do both sides. And then straight into our pan that's been heating up already. You can hear that's sizzling straight away. That's our second one. And we're going to cook this for a couple of minutes on skin side, and that just gives the skin a chance to get beautiful and lovely and crispy, and then a final minute just on the flesh side. That's the secret. A couple of minutes now, so we're just going to carefully flip them over. So just slide your palette knife under, give it a turn. We're just going to give that a further minute. Right, great, so that's my mackerel cooked. Lovely, you can hear it just sizzling very slightly in there. I'm now going to dress my plate up. So I've got my lovely fennel and gherkin salad. So take a nice spoonful of that, just deliver that to the plate in a nice little mound. And then alongside, I'm going to take my beetroot and apple salad. Just carefully place that alongside. Great, tiny bit more. And then, just going to take my mackerel fillets. There goes one. There goes the other. Wow, doesn't that look good? Fit for a king. Okay, so there we have it, our wonderful summer mackerel dish. We've got a wonderful beetroot and apple salad, our lovely crispy fennel salad, and the last thing is just to sort of taste this wonderful dish. So in we go, whoa, in we go with the fork. And lovely. And that's crammed full of omega-3 and essential fatty acids. That's a really good and healthy dish for your kids. It's cheap, it's accessible. Yeah, delicious.